Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft episode. Today we are doing bits and pieces, really. Just a few quests that I wanted to get out of the way before we go to the next bit. Some of them being the transport ones, like I said at the end of last episode. We've also unlocked a ton of stuff here, which I kind of want to get done. One of these, probably this one. Yeah, the LV machine casing and the LV machine hull is likely... That's likely to lead us to the next tier, which is finally getting some power. So 32 EU, the LV tier. For now, we're going to stay on this tier for this episode, make some steel stuff. So a steel pickaxe head. Yeah, we can do that molten steel. One usual story, one ingot for that. Actually, let's do that now. What do we need first of all? 2 shovels, 2 axes, a sword blade, and a pick. So that's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steel. Because that'll take a while to melt down. I've still got that lava and water in there. Really need to figure out. I could probably just put them straight back out into a tank, I guess. A problem for another time. The other thing I wanted to do, as I said, was transportation. Cool, row your boat and a minecart. Oh, we've already done that one. Iron ring. And minecart wheels. Oh, yep, cool. So, what was that? We need some wood. Oh, I do actually have 3 of those. That's handy. Knife. So the boat, I'm pretty sure is... Yep. Like that. And that'll get us the boat. Oh, what do we want? Leave it. A fishing rod. Fishing rods are a bit interesting to make, so let's grab one of those. What is that? A rubber boat. A rubber dinghy. Okay, so a soft mallet and some rubber sheets. Now, this is the thing that we wanted to do from last time that we haven't quite gotten to as well, which is sticky resin. Making some rubber, like some actual proper rubber. So I found that we can extract it in here and this will give us some rubber powder. The powder, though, needs to be mixed with sulfur, and that's the bit I'm not entirely sure how to get. I don't think I have anything resembling sulfur anywhere in here, so I am going to have to try and figure out. Yeah, there we go, the raw rubber dust. So if we hit you on that, so there's a mixer which we don't have, a packager we don't have, chemical reactor we don't have, large reactor we don't have, but the alloy smelter we do. So we can either make a lead out, which we don't really want, or we can make a rubber bar. 3 raw rubber dust and 1 sulfur dust, and that's pretty much the way that we make rubber at the start, by the looks of it anyway. Sulfur, though, I'm a little bit hesitant unless there's some sulfur ore. Okay, not XP bucket. Crushed sulfur ore. So there's obviously some sulfur ore to be had. Oh, galena, pyrite. Again, this is just tiny piles, so we don't have an ore washing plant. We don't have a centrifuge. We can compress tiny piles of sulfur dust, so we potentially need to find... Oh, we've got cinnabar. What can we do with cinnabar? We can smelt it to quicksilver. We don't have a sag mill. Yeah, we can pulverize it to crushed cinnabar ore, which we can then... Yeah, it's only a small byproduct by the looks of it. Impure pile. Yeah, we're just getting straight to regular cinnabar, so it's all quicksilver stuff, so maybe not cinnabar. So I might have to figure out what we're going to do for that. We'll also... Oh, look, our steel's done. Let's do that. We need a pickaxe, a shovel, a tool... Was it a tool rod? No. Axe head. What was it? It was in... Here. A steel sword blade. Knife blade. Sword blade. There we go. So let's get some steel out of that. Get our sword blade. And now we want our shovel head for 2. And our axe head for 2. Awesome, and that should complete. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. And that's it. Oh, slime. And formic. Slimy binding or a slime tool rod? I can't remember what each of those things does, so I might leave that for now and we'll check that out in a second. But I am also guessing that we're going to need to repair that and repair that so that we can go to... See, it's still going to have mining level redstone. Reinforced 2. So we go from reinforced 1 to reinforced 2. We keep everything else. The durability goes up a little bit. Mining speed goes up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we might as well do it. The repair material changes. We're going to need to do this one as well. So that goes from, wow, reinforced mining level obsidian. So that one goes to mining level obsidian. That's interesting. So what if that can do something? The flint hatchet, of course, we can put that on as well. And the other one, which we haven't got in there, is bronze mattock, which I'm going to need to make some more bronze for. So quickly make up some of that. So we've managed to fill this nearly back up again. It is just, yeah, we're going to need to do something about the steam. I keep saying that, and I guess we haven't run out yet, so it hasn't really been too much of a problem. This will be the last one that I'm picking. It wanted us to upgrade. Mattock and that one and no. Huh. All right, so we can do one side at each, one side at a time. And the sword is in here, and it's, wow, it's broken. So that's something we're gonna have to fix for a start. But we're gonna make that awesome. Cool. Let's put that back over there. Steel broadsword. Cool, so now we've got all the steel stuff. So what we're gonna do next is I'll get a few of these things together. This is pretty easy stuff. I'll probably do a lot of this off camera. The watering can, standard sort of iron plates, rod, screw, steel rings, nothing too crazy there. Quite different storage. Filing cabinet. I guess we could do filing cabinets. Oh, iron chests. We can start making some iron chests. Okay, that's another thing that I might end up doing between now and when I come back, and that is the chest upgrades. Where are we? Wood to iron. Wood plank. Yeah, definitely not that. Compressor, wood pulp. Awesome. So we can now do this. We can put some wood pulp in the macerator. Oh, maybe not. Either way, we know how to make wood pulp with the mortar anyway, so I can make some wood planks. I might upgrade some of these chests since we're running out of space. And then I will come back with a bunch of things done, and we can, yeah, hopefully finish a bunch of these. And I might start the minecart and try and find a way to get sulfur as well. Could be interesting. Horseback riding could also be interesting. Lead and sell, since we can make that stuff. Cool. Anyway, I will be back in just a moment once I've made yet a few more things. See you in a sec. Alrighty, so I am not sure if this is the way you're supposed to do it or not, but I'm going to take it because in the quests here, I didn't get very far. I did the flint and steel one, but as the flint and steel one has the reward of 14 obsidian. So you actually have some obsidian here, which is the first lot. Now, it does have this thing saying, yeah, you could go to the nether, but the nether's very terrible. All that usual stuff. I've decided that a better use for it would be to, I've just searched for 05-obs, which means I could get the obsidian pickaxe head, but I don't really want to do that just because this thing is brittle. It's only got 67 durability. It's pretty terrible in terms of mining, and if I wanted to use it, I'd have to make a whole new pick just for this, and that's kind of painful. I'd much rather have it on the pick that I already have. So that means alumite. Now, alumite still has the obsidian level mining, but we can make it with steel, obsidian, and aluminium. Now, this means we're going to do probably one of these, and I'm guessing 2 steel, because that'll be 2 blocks. This will be 2 blocks, and then we got to have 5 aluminium. Now, 5 aluminium is interesting because we only have the ore, and if I... yeah, we can't smelt it in there. But if we just see what this smelts into... oh no, we do only get 1 out of it. That's okay. I was worried that it was going to be double there for a second. It was going to be a really odd amount to do. But what I can do is I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hopefully that will be the right ratio. Because in here we have what looks like 1 obsidian, 1 steel, and then this is 80, which is like 2.5 times that. So you got 1, 1, and 2.5, which you can't get. So we multiply by 2. So we have 2 and 2 and 5, and that should give us alumite. We should also end up with a bit that's left over to be able to repair our pick with. So we're going to want the ingot cast. We're going to want the pickaxe head. I'm only going to want to do this to the steel pickaxe. And I'm really hoping that this will be the right amounts. I'm not quite sure about the obsidian. I'm pretty sure, like if I go use, where are we? Smeltery. Yeah, 28. So 2 ingots. So 1 block equals 2 ingots. We have aluminium, 5. Come on, last little bit. It shouldn't combine with anything else in there. So we've got steel, aluminium. I really need to do something with this aluminium brass. Come on. Last bit. Hey, molten alumite. Wow, it only made 2 ingots after all of that. Awesome though. We can now do this. Grab our spare ingot. So I am going to need to find some more aluminium. I'm actually now doubting whether I want to use that. Maybe I should put it on this one instead. Even though it's got silk touch, it might be better to just put on here, just because what I'm worried about is running out of aluminium and having to keep going and finding more and more and more just so that I can keep this thing repaired. Yeah, I'm going to make it on this one instead. So there we go, mining level obsidian. And yeah, we get silk touch on it as well, but that's okay. We're really only interested in doing this for obsidian at this point. And we do have 1 to repair it, which we're hopefully not going to need to repair terribly often. Now, one of the reasons I've decided to use that little, I mean, we only need 10 to make a portal anyway. But in here, every time I look at stuff that we need to do, you know, we look at this. Yeah, sure, I can do the iron rings and the iron screws. I can even do the clear glass, but obsidian dust is just not able to be done without obsidian, and we can't do that without, you know, actually finding some obsidian out there in the world. So now that I've got the pick that can harvest it, what we can probably do actually is grab this tank, put it under there, make sure the water is at the bottom, pour the water out, and then wait for it to be poured out. Grab it into a bucket. There we go, grab that, whoops. Let's just, that's not where we wanted it to be. Okay. Awesome. So now we have a couple of... Yep. So it's going to do it. It's just going to be really slow. But that's okay. To start with, and that'll be the silk touch that's making it slow. But to start with, at least we're able to get a few bits of obsidian. Those very, very first few bits. And back to 14, and I can get the other one. So I'll get that one off camera. While we're at it, let's pour out the rest of that lava. Can we fit it in there yet? Yes, we can. Awesome. Let's just get ourselves another bucket. Grab it out, throw it in there. Cool. And now we're ready to go and find ourselves, well, I'll go and fill that up with lava again. And this should be pretty empty apart from the aluminium brass, which is sort of half a bar. It's a really odd amount. All right, so that is what I have done up until now. What I will do next... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go away and make a few things. Obviously, we have the Nether here. We've got 10 obsidian. The Nether dimension undiscovered, sorry. We get ourselves... Oh, some imskin stuff. That's pretty cool. Another flint and steel or a loot bag. I should really start looking at these loot bags and seeing what's in them at some point. There might be some cool stuff. So yeah, we'll get to the Nether next. Between now, like I am going to go away because I want to rejig this whole place. One of the things that I've been sort of threatening to do for a while is to change the way this is all laid out. I need to harvest, sorry, not harvest, I need to hollow out a whole bunch more down there, make another room, make it taller, put another story on the top of here, or at least get the, ooh, yeah, at least get it sort of close to being ready with a shell for that. So I'm going to go away and do all of those things, and then when I come back, I think we might try and go to the Nether and see how dangerous that is. See you back here in just a moment. So I've managed to hollow out a bunch of stuff. I've replaced the roof with all the stone. I've made this double-sized room in here. Not sure what I'm going to use it for yet. I can always put a floor in halfway through if I need to split it up. But I was thinking that if we still need steam or still need big boilers, I could potentially put it here. Given that the next little bit we're going to be doing looks like it's going to have power, I'm not sure on the need for a large room, but we have a bunch of things. The hang glider I made from the quests as well. If we put, so what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on going to the Nether. Let's just make sure. So I want to make sure that I have like nothing worthwhile on me just in case. So I'm going to leave my food, I'm going to leave my bucket, I'm going to leave pretty much everything behind. I might as well take those are pretty much done anyway. We'll take some weapons, of course, although it is my slimy one. We might just make sure, yep, we can do that. And then we'll make sure we take a bunch of this. Let's put that back there. Now I always do this on my very first trip to the Nether. Now I have actually got some extra obsidian as well. So we'll take 10 of that because I went and mined some more. We'll take 10 of that. So we can build another portal back. It's just an old habit. I very rarely need it, but the one time I never take it, that's probably the one time. There we go. Finally lit. All right, let's go. Hopefully my recording will still record. Wow. Okay, so we're here, and it doesn't look too bad. So the first thing I do is put some, well, there's some blood there. So the first thing I usually do is build a protective room around the portal, just so that when I come back with my actual tools, I don't get completely killed. Oops, that one's in the wrong place. I can hear something coming. Don't know what that is, but let's pick it up. Alrighty. Awesome. Ta-da! One little spot, and now we can go back and get our pick and all the bits and pieces, and hopefully we'll be a bit safer here to come through. We know the landing spot is pretty good. The other thing before I go back, because the loading seemed to be quite bad, I will cut this here and I will do a couple of extra bits. So we've just done the obsidian bit, get ourselves some good armor, a loot bag, another flint and steel. Now let's just go for the loot bag. And now we've got how to make rubber. Okay, so we do end up with the thing of how to make rubber. Obviously that now makes sense. We need to go to the Nether in order to get sulfur. That was one of the bits I was wondering about. One of the things I will make between now when I come back is I'll just do this one quickly, which is a way to make charcoal. It doesn't look like it's too complicated. A bunch of bronze, steel rotor, flint and steel, bricked run hull, gives you this. Yeah, nothing too crazy that we haven't done before, just a bit of messing around with tools and things. So I'll be back in just a moment. I'll have made that charcoal thing just so that we can get some charcoal happening. And then maybe we'll come back to the Nether and see what we can find. So I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, we are back, and I've decided to come back just one last time for this. I did make the charcoal pile igniter, and this actually has a little bit of a twist to it. It's not just a little machine that you put down and throw some wood at. You actually have to make a big pile of wood, I've discovered. So I've made this little section up here. Apparently it can go up to 11 by 11. I haven't quite made it that big. I've made it 9 by 9, I think. So I'm wondering, and you can have this up to 5 high, and I think it's dynamic in its height. So you can sort of go as high as you want to, or don't want to. Ooh. So I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to do to begin with. Let's go 1 high at least. Now apparently we're allowed dirt on the side, which is kind of cool. So let's... Oops. Some ran the wrong way. Apparently it doesn't matter. This should make us a lot of charcoal very quickly. Let's... Whoops. So let's make it 3 tall. Just for the sake of time, because I don't want to be here forever, and I'm sure you don't want to be here watching me just place a bunch of wood. Now in the middle, so is this the middle? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here. So we should be able to place this down. Now, is it actually going to start? What do I have to do with this? So if we look at the tooltip for it. Control converts logs into brittle charcoal blocks. Maximum, that's the maximum size, is 11 by 6 by 11. The controls in the top layer centered. Logs above. Alright, so maybe we do actually need another layer, just so this can be in the middle of it. I haven't actually seen this particular block before, so it's kind of an interesting addition. Where are we? currently harvestable, needs a wrench. So there we go. Controller for the charcoal bucket converts logs. Only grass or dirt can touch the log blocks, which we've got. No air between logs. That's fine, we've got no air. Unless we've got these stupid flowers. Looks pretty good. But the pile igniter is not starting. So I wonder what is happening with this. I wonder if we need... where are we? This one. I wonder if it needs to have only dirt here as well. I'd find that a little bit odd, but if it's part of the same multi-block structure, then maybe? Maybe? That is still not doing anything. Alright, I might have to cut just one brief more time and come back and see if we can get this working. I'll be back in just a moment, and then hopefully we can round out this episode with this thing actually doing something. So I'll be back in a sec. Alright, well I'm back pretty quickly, and while I haven't tested this, I'm fairly confident this will work. So what we were missing is we actually need to cover the whole thing in dirt. Every bit of wood exposed except for the bit in the middle, and this is where we put this in. Still nothing. We got everything covered. Let's just make sure. Pretty sure we don't need to do that. Ah, there we go. Awesome, so now we are going, and I don't know how to tell it's done, but we'll wait between this episode and the next one. For now though, I think this episode has run long enough, and we've done quite a few interesting things. We've managed to get all the way to the Nether. We didn't quite get to the rest of these things, but I don't think they're going to matter too much for anything. I may make them between now and next episode. Where can I pull the liquids on? We've got that. Yeah, so we can get obsidian dust now, so I might do that between now and next time, since now we can get obsidian. How to make rubber. I'm obviously going to need to find some of this in the Nether, so I'll do that probably between now and next time as well, and hopefully that'll unlock a few extra bits along here to make rubber, and then we should be good to potentially get to electricity, which will be quite cool actually. Anyway, that is all from me as always. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.